basically just the arcs for these characters, not just Damon, are very, very shadowed. We don't have any idea what's going to happen.
But what I was just thinking was, well, I'll go back to that. Don't let me forget that I had another thought. But yeah, I think there's really nothing that we can really predict at this point because it could go in any direction, like I did earlier on.
Yep.
And Damon could either go the route of he can be self-destructive again, or the more likely route is I think they're building up to him being kind of redeemed somehow. I mean, he's far past due for it. So,
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was what you were saying about the beginning of season 3. And we were like, what did they do that whole summer? Imagine if, and this should be a fan fiction, and I'm not going to get derailed, is like Damon and Elena had like this whole actual, they had times where they actually had fun, and I don't want to say like summer romance, but you can think of it that way. And then Damon eventually erases her memory of it again because he knows that they have to find Stefan, or he finds a lead to Stefan, and so he makes her forget everything that they went through so that they can focus on Stefan more this time.
Stop hurting me.
Yeah, seriously.
Just imagine though.
Stop
That's
hurting
gonna be
me.
interesting.
All the emotions.
Stop. Okay,
Sorry.
let's
Good
move
idea
on.
though.
Let's move
Somebody
on.
should write that.
Let's move on.
Anyway, and
Jay, you should write
Did you like Elena's jealousy? Too much, too little, just right?
Can I answer this one?
Go ahead. No,
This one?
you can't answer it. It was just a
Okay.
question posed to all of us, but you can't answer it.
I love Jay. I love Jay. Oh, Gertrude's here?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Gertrude.
Hi. Gertrude should answer it.
No, she shouldn't. Get out of here.
Oh, you're so
Anyway, I think her jealousy was just right because I hope that you guys noticed, because I definitely did. Last episode, she was not thinking about anything else other than her survival and Damon.
Yep.
It was Damon the whole episode. And even though the Delaney shippers didn't like it, because she kind of like blew him off when she called in the morning, she talked about it enough to the point where she brought it up to like 4 different people. She brought it up
like
to
Karina said, you
Alaric.
could have had a billboard.
Pretty much. She brought it up to Alaric. She brought it up to Caroline and Bonnie. And she even brought it up in the midst of her damsel in distressness. She brought it up to Rebecca. Or it was brought up by Rebecca. So I think that...
And she referred it to as torturing me. I was like, are you serious?
Yep. So her jealousy was just right because honestly, and I think because Elena's not used to being... I honestly feel like Elena is not used to being held accountable for what she's done and what she does. Because there isn't a whole lot that she has done that's like earth-shatteringly hurtful. Other than a few things that she's said. You know what I mean? I think she has a hard time accepting the fact that she's wrong. And I think that almost stems from the fact that she's related to Catherine. Not to bring Kalena into it, but yeah. I feel like because she doesn't feel accountable for it and she doesn't know how to feel accountable for it, she kind of blew it off, thinking he'd get over it, and he obviously isn't. So, and I think that the whole episode, I wrote a big post about it.
Sorry to interrupt, but just to say one sentence is that I don't think she was really thinking he'd get over it. Partially that, but also she's a stubborn individual. Neither one of them wants to apologize.
Yep. They're both stubborn, which is what makes their relationship so awesome.
I think, like, when she was coming over there, I think she had every intention of apologizing. Like, 1, for what she said the night before, and 2, for how she reacted in the morning. I think Damon's, like, standoffishness, that's not a word, but I'm totally using it, on the phone. On the phone. I think that kind of, like she was off by that, because I think she's used to him being so accepting of her that the fact that he was being standoffish kind of
shows that he was hurt too, because in the past he did that when he was hurt.
Yeah, so that's why I think she was kind of like, get over it, like that. And then I think she, like, looking back, she realized what she said, and she realized she needed to apologize. And when she knocked on the door, I think she was going to apologize, but then it was like, boom, Rebecca's here, and I think she kind of got all green-eyed monster. And
I honestly feel like that whole scene was just Damon trying to make her hate him, so it would be... And that's why I don't like that they're using that arc with Stelena, because Damon has successfully, to a fault, made Elena almost hate him, so it'd be easier for him to deal with it'd be easier to hate him than it would be to care about him, and he doesn't, it would be easier on him and her, and I think that's why he just tries so hard, especially when he supposedly messes up. He makes it easier on everyone else for them just to hate him rather than care about him. And I think that was the scene where he was trying to show, hey, I'm going to be a douchebag, so don't feel bad for me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But he didn't win because the entire episode, she was thinking about him. So he obviously didn't win that round and trying to get him off of her mind, because he definitely didn't. She was thinking about him all throughout the episode.
As she probably has been in context of everything forever and ever and amen, because she can't get her mind off of him.
And you know what upsets me the most about what she said that night was just that she forgot everything that he's done for her all season.
Yep. But I made a post about that too. It was really a heat of the moment thing. I don't think she meant it at all. You can tell as soon as she said it, she wanted to take it back, but at that point it was too late, so.
No, I agree. I totally agree. I'm just like, you think it over and you're just like, ugh, why? Anyway. Anon asks, Julie Plex says the current state of the love triangle will come to a head by the end of the season. Do you think that means Elena acknowledging her feelings for Damon or something else? I feel like Julie and Kevin need to figure out how many sides a triangle has before they actually build themselves in one.
It's more like a pentagon.
More like a circle.
Yeah. Seems legit.
Oh my god, please don't say circle, because every time I hear that, I think of I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry when the guy goes, it's a circle. He goes on and on.
I'm going to pretend I know exactly what she's talking about.
Please watch that. Okay,
Anyway. Yeah, I agree with what Jen said, but on the other hand, I think that it does mean that Elena will acknowledge her feelings for Damon somehow, because it's the only way I can really say that the love triangle, well, that, and also that the love triangle will come to a head. How else is it going to come to a head? Like, fudge all the things.
I think she definitely needs to acknowledge it, because she's been hiding behind it, and you've kind of seen glimpses of it in, like, her actions and things that she said, but she hasn't outright said, I have feelings for Damon, or I'm falling in love with Damon. Like, you haven't had those words in the same sentence. So I think the end of the season, you kind of need that.
Scared of what the writers are going to do.
I know. I'm so crying.
Oh, is this Tay? Next question is Tay.
Wait, can I read it? Because I haven't read any of them yet.
Okay, go. No, Charlotte, you're not allowed to read. Gertrude wants to read it.
I'm pouting.
Charlotte.
Just go, read it.
Oh, okay. The URL is Tay Bless, and that's just for the people who don't know who we're talking about. And the very long question that I adore is, okay, so apparently Esther's turning her kids into humans and then murdering them because she's a psychopath like that, whatever. When I first heard that, it made me think, I can't speak today. When I first heard that, it made me think of how Damon gets turned human in the books. Sorry for spoiling that for anyone who cares. Do you think this could all be the writer's big plot to make Damon human somehow? I haven't worked out exactly how that would happen, except maybe he asked Esther to do it. This question just got really long.
What? What? Damon turned human in the books? Oh my god.
I've told you that like a million times.
Oh my god. This is brand new information.
Is it sarcasm? I think that's sarcasm.
Wow, Charlotte. Turn your sarcasm radar on. Please.
It's after midnight.
I totally mentioned this on my blog too. I feel like that's going to be the giant gasper at the end of the season, is that they're going to turn Damon human. Wouldn't that be epic?
In the book, like, Stefan makes friends with a kitsune who gives him, like, a flower. And then, like, the flower, like, turns you human when you breathe it or something, when you smell it.
Pretty much just shit magic everywhere.
And Damon, because he's all curious, like, oh, pretty flower, sniff, sniff. And he's like, I can't breathe. And
every time I think of that scene, I think of him in the parlor room. I think of him in the parlor room sniffing a flower like a retard.
Oh my gosh. Draw that, please.
I love Sage in that scene because he's like, dude, breathe. Use your lungs.
Please draw that. Please, somebody. Anybody.
God.
You're directing that at me.
If Damon turns human, that means like Delana babies. And like Daddy Damon.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying that day when somebody brought that up on my dash.
Banana babies. I honestly think it's totally possible because since they've already opened that door. Once you've opened that door, it cannot be closed.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling it's just going to be another plot hole.
Right?
Just
knowing the writers.
It's going to be another plot hole.
But it's like, why would they throw something that big away, you know?
Why did they throw all the other stuff that they threw away?
I
bet they have a whole closet full of all the plot holes that they need to fill.
How can you have a closet full of holes? That doesn't really work in space.
Paper, Scarlett. Come on.
That's what that movie Holes is all about. They're digging the plot.
There's a book, you know.
There's
a book. You do know there's a book, right?
We're aware that there's a book.
Okay, have you read said book?
Yes, we have read said book.
Jay, what the fudge? Read the book.
I saw the movie. I didn't like it. So
because the book...
You just didn't like it because they sang.
You have to read the freaking book.
If this is a derailment, I don't know what it is.
Anyway.
And I'm trying not to be loud today. That's why I sound so weird, because my sister's sleeping and yeah.
It's okay. My sister just told me to shut up.
Seems legit.
I think this is a plot hole.
I think it has the possibility of not being a plot hole. So does everything else, though.
Because I have a question. Are they still tied?
Yes.
All the originals are still tied.
As far as I know.
She couldn't wait a freaking month for another Celestial event and then try to kill them again.
Think of all the damage that they could do.
Her and Finn had to freaking just disappear on their little...
I thought they died, you know? At first I was like, yeah, I know, but at first I was like, are they dead? And then Elijah was like, we have no mother. I'm like, is she dead? And then he's like, they ran away. And I was like, oh, okay, context clues. Okay.
I love how, like, them all running away was the writer's way of not having so many character plots to deal with.
Yep.
They all just left.
Such lazy writers sometimes.
That's like Jeremy's Denver. He doesn't have a...
Pretty much.
Let's send him to Denver.
It's like, we don't know what to do with him. Let's just send him away. Denver seems cool.
It snows there.
He can go snowboarding. He can be friends.
Oh, I want to try that.
He's going to go chill with Emily Van Camp in freaking Everwood.
Oh my god, stop.
Anyway.
Anyway, are we done?
Yeah.
Is that like
wait,
it?
I need to do... No, quiet. I need...
What?
That was 20 minutes.
How long is this recording?
20 minutes.
Yes! We are epic.
I don't know. Like, I feel like we're making them too short now.
Yeah, this is too short.
Dude, this is the first short one.
Silence. Silence.
Well, first of all, it's the three of us. The episode wasn't that really, like, shock-worthy. You know? Like...
That's true. And you know, my mom, because my mom was downstairs, and we only have our satellite's kind of stupid in our house. Like, me and my dad are upstairs watching it, and then American Idol was on, so we have to flip with the remote upstairs, because the remote downstairs didn't change the channels. So she just has it on mute, so when we flip to American Idol, she could turn it on. And she mentions to me later, she's like, that seemed like a really benign episode. And I'm like, yeah, they were talking. I was like, that's kind of the usual TVD episode, actually. I'm like, mostly drama like that. She's like, they were just talking. And I'm like, you mean nobody got killed? She's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it wasn't a very extremely shock-worthy episode. But then I'm like, and everybody was confused, though, because of the talking. I think we respond better to violence.
We respond better to violence. I was, like, sitting there after the episode. I'm like, like, that's supposed to last me a month? Like, there was nothing that I was like, I mean, Alaric got shot, but you know he's not dead.
That was so sad. Don't you dare jinx it.
He's
I
not.
will kill you.
You know he's not.
Sleep. How do I know these things?
Because
Please,
he's Elena's only freaking relative, like, family figure now. They would have had, like, a Delaric send-off scene. Like, you know? He's not just gonna die like that.
Don't. My emotions, you're playing with them. Stop.
I have interesting facts. I'm going to give two of them because there's two really cool ones.
Oh.
The first one is the first